you know exactly what you do. Baby, don't pretend that you
Is that Michael Bublé?
Beautiful song. It is
that's a
Bublé.
great song, yeah.
Wonderful singer. And a dish, of course, we normally like to keep it fun. We're going to have fun in a bit, but the big story today, right out the gate, is, of course, Corey Haim and his untimely death this morning. Let's go straight out to Los Angeles. Our pals there at TMZ.com. Are you out there? Is it Dax this morning?
It's me.
Dax, I hate to start with sad news. Of course, Corey'd been battling drugs for a lot of years. Do we know yet what it is that killed Corey?
Authorities are telling us it is apparent overdose. They're not saying that. They're saying it's accidental, and we do know that he has been battling prescription drug addiction for years. We caught up with him a couple weeks ago, and he said he was doing good, he was healthy, and then obviously you look at today. Basically what happened was 1 in the morning he woke up, and then collapsed directly in front of his mother because he was staying at her apartment. She called 911. He was rushed to the hospital. By the time they got there, he has been pronounced dead. So we do know that there are 4 prescription bottles near him in the house. He had been sick for a couple days. However, the 4 prescription bottles, they did not have anything to do with his illness. So right now we're trying to figure out what was in those prescription bottles and why he had those at the time. So obviously the story is developing as we speak. Interestingly enough, I do have a strange fact for you. Rick James died in the same apartment complex, back in like 2002.
It's such a sad story. So it sounds like this is definitely a prescription issue, not like speed or meth or cocaine, but he was battling those prescription drugs.
Correct. And right now we're waiting to hear from Corey Feldman, who's obviously one of his closest friends, but he hasn't spoke out yet.
And it's been a battle he's been fighting for a long time. And the reality show those 2 Coreys had together, this was a running topic on that show, his addiction.
Exactly. And the fact that he had told us he was doing well a couple weeks ago, I think he had sobered up for a little while and then obviously probably fell back into his old ways.
It's truly sad, and like I was saying, Dax, I've known people who've battled addiction. It's such a tough road, and our heart goes out to the family. Thank you for keeping us posted. TMZ.com, you guys are updating this. You're all over it, so your website will have the very latest.
Of course, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, Dax. Appreciate it. My good buddy there, Dax. By the way, Dax is a Colorado native. You might know that. He's from down the road in Castle Rock. Okay, here's the deal. We're going to lighten things up now because all morning long I've been over at the Buell Theater backstage with Mary Poppins. No, don't go, Crystal.
I go with my 10-month-old?
No,
Are we allowed to stay?
Stay right here because guess what we have in the studio? The one, the only, the incomparable, the practically perfect in every way, Mary Poppins.
Such a great show. Yeah.
Welcome to the show, girlfriend.
Thank you so much for having me. It's lovely to be here.
The funny thing is our producers said, well, we should just call her Mary Poppins.
No, it's Caroline. Yeah.
Like, she has a real name, people. She has a real name. You were fantastic in the show.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
I want to ask you first off, the pressure of playing Mary Poppins, not only because everyone knows her, but Julie Andrews, everyone associates it with her.
Yeah.
That must have been a ton of pressure.
It is, and I mean, I grew up loving that film and, worshipping Julie Andrews, and so actually it's a stress, but it's also an honor to even try and walk in her footsteps. She's a great performer, and I know that film backwards and inside out, and so to be able to put my own little take on it as well is really, really special. But it's hard, it's hard.
Such a great take to it, though. I mean, you're so fantastic. Have you played Mary Poppins before?
I played it back in the UK. I was on
in the
tour.
UK?
It's not. It's pretty much the exact same show. There's one slightly different song in it that they changed, and they probably will change back in the UK as well if it ever goes back on the road there. It's also changed on Broadway, this one song. So that's the only difference. I've had to learn one new song, and that's it.
You did it
said
flawlessly.
There was a different reaction with some of the kids here in the U.S. seeing it because there are
the statues.
You guys saw. I didn't get to go on Friday, but naked-looking statues during.
Well, the thing is, in Jolly Holiday, obviously we can't bring cartoon penguins on the stage, which everybody loves so much from the film and everything. And so Mary Poppins brings marble statues to life, and that I think that's
and they're wearing skin-tight silver suits.
They're fully covered.
They're not naked.
They're not naked at all. They're fine.
I have to ask you how you get in your Mary Poppins zone. I mean, she's practically perfect. Do you do anything to channel Mary Poppins?
No, because she's already perfect.
Well, I'm not so magical in real life, but I do have a perfume that I wear that's actually called Magic that I use.
Really?
Oh, it's good.
Where can we get that?
In all different shows I've been in, I have a different perfume for every part
Is
I
that
play.
your
So that's
thing?
my
That's
thing.
cool.
That's awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
and now I have to ask, since you're the perfect nanny, we both have children. I have 3. Any tips for me? Can I create magic?
I actually don't even have any. So I'm probably going to be the world's worst mum if that ever happens. I can't imagine
Well, at
how
least
I'm
you
going
know
to
you
cope
can
with that. I have
pretend. You
utmost
can
respect
play.
for all parents. So,
And you can
so, yeah.
sing to your children like
Yeah.
not
Sing them a
many
little
can
lullaby,
do.
probably.
Such a beautiful voice,
Hey,
Caroline.
finally, go ahead and give it to us backwards. We want to get it backwards. How do you say supercalifragilistic backwards?
Sua wickedilaiipxekitiligarphilocrepus.
Oh, nicely done.
Can you
Bravo.
give us just the line, because I've been singing it all week, and practically perfect. Just sing it for me.
I'm practically perfect in every way.
No
Yes,
one
you
sing
are.
Oh, you want me to sing it?
No, I'm
It's
kidding.
way
You don't
too
have
early
to.
in the morning.
Never asked and asked Crystal
but I
before
just
curtain.
love it and
Hey,
love it.
break a leg tonight, my dear.
Thank you so
are
much.
stunning.
Thank
By the
you.
way, Mary Poppins runs through April 4th over at the Buell Theater. You're going to love it. She's just divine. You must go see that show.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Different Disney princess we're talking about. Did you see The Princess and the Frog?
I did.
You liked
I
it?
loved it. Absolutely.
I'm sure you're a good kisser.
I try my best.
I'm sure you are. I'm not going to put you to the test right now unless you're into that kind of
Well,
thing.
my husband's in the UK. I'm sure.
Oh, hey, he's overseas. I'm more about.
You don't want to go there, Caroline.
We want to know your worst kiss story. On our Facebook page, we're asking everybody to submit their worst kiss ever.
And we're picking some of the stories.
We're getting some great ones on our Facebook page. And like Emily Ann, who writes, I was on a blind date. He went in for a kiss, but he accidentally slammed his head into my nose.
It looks like I Love Lucy.
I do, don't I? Ricky! He began bleeding all over. I had to go to the ER. It was the worst date ever.
That was an aggressive kiss.
Bleeding is never good
No,
when you're kissing
I think
someone.
yesterday somebody said that the other person threw up in their mouth.
That was bad too.
That was bad.
Yeah. So log on to our Facebook page. It's Colorado's Everyday Show. Tell us about your worst kiss. The winners are going to get that Disney The Princess and the Frog DVD package. So keep those stories coming. They are hilarious and we love to hear them.
All right.